break down the Errol Spence Crawford fight. That fight. Hold on. Yeah, that fight played out not at all as I anticipated. I don't think anybody saw the fight playing out like that. They thought it would be a lot closer of a fight. I thought it would be. Even if I want to pick Spence to win, but even if Crawford did end up winning, I didn't think he was. I thought it was going to be back and forth. He catch Spence with something like probably finish him off. I didn't see him beating Errol Spence senseless for fucking damn near 8 rounds straight. After the first round, it pretty much was domination from then on. Even in the first round, I seen something. Crawford came out. The first punch landed, it was Crawford on Spence, and it was a stiff jab. I was like, ooh. I was like, okay. I didn't expect Crawford to come out like this. I would have thought Errol Spence would be able to, like, parry that jab or catch him with a jab. I was like, okay. First round was pretty close back and forth. They touching each other. And they edged it towards Errol. He did a little bit more. Crawford was more like seeing what's up. Second round came. Close second round, they doing their thing, but Crawford's touching him up with some stiff shots. And I'm like, damn, bro, Crawford landing on Errol. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Errol ain't really landed nothing clean on Crawford. Crawford was like, even in the, he was kind of like banging it. And like he's stopping Errol. Errol coming, pressing him. He's like stopping Errol in his tracks, like blocking all Errol shots. Errol not landing nothing clean. He looking sloppy. Errol did not look good. Ain't taking nothing away from Crawford. Crawford did his thing. But let's keep it real. Errol did not look good at all. At all. Like, he looked sleepy like a motherfucker. Like, he just, like, he looked sleepy like a motherfucker. He wasn't there. And he even said he wasn't, like, feeling sharp. He been out for a little while, too, so that could play a factor. But he usually comes back and he get into the groove. But he just wasn't sharp. He looked sleepy like a motherfucker. I think he looked drained. I ain't gonna lie, he looked drained in that fight. Crawford did his thing, but anybody, I don't care how much of a Crawford fan you are, big time Crawford fan, it doesn't matter. We gotta keep it real. That is not how Errol usually looks. He looked like dog shit in that fight. I think most people would have beat him that night. I think them weight cuts is just... this is too much. I think, shit. Errol Spence, Crawford had a tougher time with lesser opponents than Errol Spence. Let's keep it real. Kell Brook gave Crawford a bit better smoke than Errol Spence. Fucking Amir Khan put up a better fight than Errol Spence. Sean Porter, Cat Velasquez drop Errol Spence. Not Errol Spence, what the fuck am I talking about? And you drop Crawford. Almost all of them fighters put up a better fight than Errol Spence that night. I don't know what the hell was going on. Errol Spence looked like shit. He looked like shit the whole fight. He just wasn't... I think it was a combination of him looking like shit, probably feeling like shit, looking sleepy as a motherfucker, and Crawford just being on 100% cold mode last night. Like, he couldn't be stopped. He wasn't going to be denied. And Errol Spence looked like shit too, so that was just a perfect recipe for a disaster on Errol Spence's part. Second round, he dropped Errol Spence. I'm like, it's over. I knew it was over. As soon as the second round, once I seen him drop Errol Spence, I'm like, it's over. Errol Spence has never been dropped before. You getting dropped in the second round? The fight just started, motherfucker. You hitting the canvas already? That's what I'm thinking. Like, when somebody get dropped that early, it's usually not good. It's very rare somebody get dropped so early in a fight and then fucking pull it out of the fire. Because it's usually, if you're getting dropped so quick, it's like, we fresh. This is when you at your most durable. You fresh. You into the fight. You ain't tired. The motherfucker dropping you with a jab. And it was a jab. It wasn't like no hook, no crazy hook, wind up hook. Nothing crazy. Caught Errol Spence throwing a jab, counted him over the top, caught him with like a, I think it was like a right jab or left jab. I'm not sure because Crawford be switching him. I think it was a right jab. Caught him with a right jab. Errol Spence hitting the canvas. I'm like, yeah, it's over. He's going back to the swap meet. It's over for him. You hitting the canvas in the second round? Crawford dropping in the second round? I'm like, yo, how hard does Crawford hit and what has he been taking? I'm not insinuating anything. But goddamn, he's knocking everybody out. Bruh, I knew the fight was over. And it pretty much was over after that. Third round, whooping Errol. Fourth round, whooping Errol. Fifth round, whooping Errol. Sixth round, whooping Errol. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay, I see. Every round, it was just getting worse and worse. Errol looked like he literally just came out of the car crash. He looked better after the car crash than in this fight. And it was almost as if Crawford was like playing with him a little bit. Like not trying to take him out. Because I'm watching the fight. You can see my reaction. I'm watching the fight. I'm like, yo, Crawford could finish this fight. He could finish Errol now. He's just like toying with him, like, get him out of here. Like, he has nothing for you. You over here playing around with him. I thought Crawford could have finished the fight even sooner, a couple rounds sooner, because he was just pummeling Errol. Pummeling him, dropped him 3 times throughout the fight. The 9th round, he was just beating the shit out of him. The referee had to jump in and stop it. Even me, I was saying the fight could have been stopped a little sooner. I was like, all right, stop the fight. Errol has no chance of winning tonight. Not saying he has no way of beating him ever in life, but tonight, sometimes it just ain't your night, and that's how it be sometimes. Tonight just ain't your night. So you gotta hold it down, go, come back, and come back better than before. But that was not Errol Spence's night. Crawford just putting hands on that boy every round, hurting him. Every jab was like wobbling him, shaking him up. Like every blow Crawford hit him with was just shaking him up. None of Errol punches had no pop on it. It didn't seem like he had no pop on his punches. He just seemed weak. Like even and that's gonna sound crazy, even in the Ugas fight, Errol looked like weak. Now I'm telling you, it's the fucking weight cut. And another thing I'm gonna say, I don't know who his strength and conditioning coach is now, but the homie he had before Blu-ray, Errol was stopping everybody when he had Blu-ray. He was literally stopping every single opponent. He just stopped thinking with Blu-ray. I don't know who the fuck his strength and conditioning coach is now, but he don't look like sturdy. Like it was look at Errol when he fought Kelbrook. He looked durable, sturdy, like push, like strength-wise. He looked strong, he looked durable. This Errol just looked weak, and he just be looking sleepy all the time. I know he naturally got like a sleepy looking face, but he looked extra sleepy, like he was ready to go to bed. Like he came to go to bed. It was like one of those, like, I'm tired, like I've been drinking all day, I'm ready to go to bed. It was one of those. He just didn't look good. And Crawford looked the best he's ever looked. And Errol looked the worst he's ever looked. So recipe for disaster. You know what I'm saying? Every punch was just shaking Errol up. I've never seen that. I know Crawford, he hit hard, he probably had whatever, but it's like, come on. Jabs is fucking shaking you up, and it was just like, what the fuck? It's just Errol just looked weak and fragile and not there mentally, physically. Like you could see the motherfucking eyes when they tapped in, you seen him in certain fights when he looked sleepy like a motherfucker. He looked sleepy. Crawford did his thing, put hands and feet on that boy. After seeing this performance right here, not necessarily depending on what happened with Charlo and Canelo in terms of who win, I'm gonna decide who's gonna win that. I think Crawford will beat Charlo. Now, after seeing what Crawford did to Errol, even though Errol looked like shit and he probably felt like shit, not saying he 100% can, because Charlo's a big motherfucker and he got stain in his hands, but I would edge if Crawford was to fight Charlo, I would pick Crawford, and I never thought I'd say that. Because Charlo, Jamel, not Jamal. Jamal's a bitch. Jamel, that's a bad boy right there. That's a bad boy. So, but I think I'll pick Crawford. I can't pick against Crawford after seeing this. I can't. I'm sorry, I cannot pick against Crawford after seeing this. After this performance, this ass whooping, this disciplinary action I witnessed today or last night, I can't pick against that boy. cat. But I'm gonna end the video right there. Y'all like and subscribe. I'll be back to y'all with another one. Let's